Imagine you're at your favorite coffee shop. Barista, you order your usual latte and the barista tells you it's now $5, up from $4.50 last month. Customer, you wonder why prices keep climbing. Welcome to the world of inflation, where the cost of goods and services rises over time, making your dollar worth less than it was yesterday. In simple terms, inflation is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services rises, eroding purchasing power. Think of it like this. If inflation is 3%, your $100 bill will buy you 3% less stuff next year. It's like a sneaky thief, slowly stealing your money's value. Demand pull inflation happens when demand for goods and services exceeds supply. Historian, imagine a new video game console drops just before Christmas. Everyone wants it, but there aren't enough to go around. Retailers hike the price because they know people will pay more. This extra demand pulls prices up. A historical example is the post-World War II era in the United States. As soldiers returned home, they started families, bought homes, and purchased cars, creating a surge in demand for goods and services, leading to higher prices. Cost-push inflation occurs because the cost of production rises. Economist, if the price of coffee beans skyrockets due to a poor harvest, your latte will cost more because the coffee shop's expenses have gone up. The increased costs are pushed onto consumers. The 1970s oil crisis is a classic case of cost-push inflation. When OPEC reduced oil supply, oil prices shot up. This made everything from transportation to manufacturing more expensive, pushing overall prices higher. Built-in inflation is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If workers expect prices to rise, they demand higher wages. Businesses then increase prices to cover these higher wages, leading to a cycle of rising costs and prices. It's the economic equivalent of the chicken or the egg. Inflation isn't just an abstract concept. It affects our daily lives in several ways. As prices rise, each dollar buys less. Your favorite $1 candy bar might cost $1.10 next year. Over time, this reduction in purchasing power means you need more money to maintain the same standard of living. Money stashed under your mattress loses value over time. If you save $1,000 and inflation is 3% per year, in a decade, your savings will only have the purchasing power of about $744 today. Inflation erodes the value of money saved if it doesn't earn interest that keeps up with inflation. When inflation is high, central banks might raise interest rates to cool down the economy. Higher interest rates make borrowing more expensive and saving more attractive, reducing spending and in turn, lowering inflation. Conversely, if inflation is too low or there's a risk of deflation, a decrease in the general price level, central banks might lower interest rates to encourage borrowing and spending. Not all inflation is bad. Moderate inflation is actually a sign of a growing economy. It encourages spending and investing rather than hoarding money. If you know prices will be higher next year, you're more likely to buy that new TV today, stimulating economic activity. Inflation is like the seasoning in a recipe. Too little and the dish is bland, too much and it's inedible. Understanding inflation helps you make informed financial decisions, from how you save to how you invest. Next time you notice prices creeping up, you'll know why. Whether it's demand pull, cost push, or built-in inflation, you're now equipped to spot the signs and navigate the economic landscape with confidence.